you know, we can enjoy this thing we are doing. And
Babe, I'm always trying. You're always pushing me too hard.
So I'm confused.
Marriage is where good or bad behavior gets amplified. Whatever you notice before marriage will get amplified in marriage. You're only fooling yourself to think it will change.
Babe, how about how to spice it up? Are you permitted to use sex toys?
Oh, let's go home. Don't forget what I told you: commendation, observation, recommendation, right?
It has become in my mind, in my life, that I will wait till a lady will walk towards me to approach me.
Jesus is love.
This is the Transforming Church International. One church making global impact.
Okay, so I will deal with these questions very quickly. Let me have the individuals ask your questions. Then I will deal with the written question. Where are the microphones? Please give it to them. Yes, sir. What's your name, sir?
William Umo is my name, sir.
William,
Thank
you're
you
welcome,
very
sir.
much for today.
Yes, sir.
So the question I have is this: we do hear about red flags, or a lot of us are now aware of the fact that, okay, when this person has this is supposed to be a red flag.
Yes.
When this person has this is supposed to be a red flag. And today you've mentioned some behaviors or some patterns that can be spotted and worked on.
Yeah.
Now, the question I want to ask is this: perhaps you get to meet someone whom you've noticed a red flag.
Yes.
As regards maybe behavior, a pattern, or a particular thing, and you want to, okay, is it proper to want to help that person work on it? And in the process of helping that person work on it, where do you draw the line as to the limit where you cannot go beyond in trying to help the other person work on the red flag that you have spotted or you have noticed? That's the question.
Thank you so very much. A very important question, and I'll just quickly deal with that. What I just want to tell you, sir, is that you never help a person beyond the person's admittance, level of admittance. The first thing first is to make sure the person comes into a state of admittance. Have you noticed this about your life? Have you noticed this about you? And please, everybody note this. Write this down. Everybody write this down. Commendation, observation, recommendation, commendation. Write that down. Write that down very quickly. I want to teach you how to get that kind of thing done. Commendation, observation, recommendation, commendation. Does that make sense? I'm going to ask all of you to say what I just said right now. Let me see those who got it. What did I say? Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6. Okay, so here's practical example. Give me an example of something you've observed.
Okay, let's take for instance a lot of persons will say, oh, you mentioned today that if a man is supposed to give,
yeah.
So perhaps a man that does not give, it's already spotted as a red flag on the part of the lady.
Absolutely.
Or let's say attitude on the part of the lady, a man spots that as a red flag, maybe in terms of that.
So what's your name, ma'am? Ikomobong. Okay, so Ikomobong is someone you are in relationship with. Is that okay? So you've observed. Give me an idea of something you've observed. Nagging. She doesn't do that. She's a fantastic lady. I tell you. Are you engaged?
I have a boyfriend.
You have a boyfriend?
Yes.
Is he zuzuing around you, or he has?
He's not.
Tell him today. No, don't boyfriend me. Go and tell him today, boys. What's the whole zuzu around? Is that okay? Because God wanted to perform a miracle. Now that guy is blocking the road. Okay, so just on the jovial side. Okay, so you are in relationship with her. Okay, and you've observed nagging. So I want you to practice without even telling you what it is. Commendation, observation, recommendation, commendation. I want you to practice it with her. What you actually want to do is to tell her about nagging. But I want to see how you do it applying what I just taught you.
Sir, am I allowed to be very expressive?
To do what, sir?
Am I allowed to be very expressive?
Absolutely.
Okay. Hey, baby. You know you're actually very pretty.
Take the mic up. I like what you're doing. She's nagging again.
Okay, you know you
Give her the microphone too. Yes.
You know you're actually very pretty, very beautiful, and a wonderful lady. And God has a purpose for you. God has a purpose.
Go straight to the point.
Sweetheart, You know, if you continue in this way, it's likely to push some persons out of your life. And in as much as God has a purpose for you, the more you chase people out of your life, the more you won't have people coming in.
Can you just go straight? What are you talking about?
Okay, babe, what I am actually trying to say is you should try to work on some things. For instance, the attitude of trying to push people out of your life. And, of course, God's purpose in your life is going to be fulfilled gradually as you try to work on these things.
You are saying push people out or push you. Which one? Be specific.
I am someone. So,
Okay.
I will appreciate it if you can try to work on some of these things, just so we can, we can enjoy this thing we are doing and, of course, get to fulfill God's purpose individually. And
Okay. So you've gone overboard. What can anybody tell me about this approach? What do you think is right or wrong about what he's doing? Anybody want to tell me, what do you observe? Say it again. Give that lady raising the hand. What do you observe about this?
I think the conversation focused more on God, and I mean, let's be realistic. You won't be saying God when you're trying to comment or...
So did he tell her exactly what he observed? So you can see how conversation goes, and then we end up not accomplishing the purpose. Do you understand that? And then we think we have talked, but we've not really communicated. Okay? So let me see, who is a man that wants to give a try? You think you can do it differently? Come, sir. So your assignment, your assignment is actually to, if the beginning actually goes with our rule, allow. But if you notice that meandering, unspecific stuff, help him figure out his focus.
All right.
All right. Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
All right. I actually love the way you
Sorry,
present.
just like that.
Okay, sorry.
This is a woman you are in relationship with.
Okay. Okay,
I'm
babe.
your babe.
This is it. Babe, this is it. I like the way you present your points, but I don't appreciate the pitch to which you present them with.
That's good.
You can drive these points better, and you can even watch to be sure that I'm not stressed to present these points, so I don't act out of pressure. So I think you could choose to use a better pitch to make your presentation next time on this point.
But babe, I'm always trying. You're always pushing me too hard. You know?
I am not pushing you hard. It's just that you are not getting my mood right before making your presentation.
Sometimes you don't just come straight.
Okay. Those of you that heard him, did he do a better job?
Yes.
Okay, so listen, guys. We're going to be doing more practical, what you call role plays. You get what I'm saying? I'm going to be doing a lot of role plays for you guys, so that when you get home, you remember more of what we said, what you saw than what I said. Is that okay? So commendation goes like meeting a common bond. How are you, sweetheart? How are you doing? Fine, and all of that. And then when I start talking with her, how you've had a great day and stuff like that, she has a great day. You know what the most amazing thing about you is just, you see, I just can't get away from your smiles, and you're just simply an amazing lady. See, you're already laughing. I've never started talking. So, and please, guys, whenever you want to appreciate something in a lady, make sure you are not flattering. Find something realistic to appreciate. Okay? If you look at the book of Songs of Solomon, you'll find that the book of Songs of Solomon was a realistic appreciation of a beautiful woman. And it was very, very detailed. You hear something like her cheek was like that of a roe, her teeth as white as milk. Meaning that this guy gave time to observing. Is that okay? Then when you get married, you go further, because he went further to tell us her thighs. Meaning this man spent time to look at the laps of his own wife. Is that okay? For instance, my wife has one of the finest laps on earth. I mean, just... Yeah, so, and then he went further to say her breast is like... So, meaning, listen, he was not studying her breast in darkness. Now, you don't do that when you are single. All right? But when you get married, these are things you get specific at. So when you're appreciating a woman, women want to know, because women have a lot of insecurities, bodies and all of that, shaming and the rest of that. So imagine if a woman hears from you, sweetheart, I love your breasts the way they are. You may not think that means a lot to you as a man, but it means a lot to a woman, because it's a problem with women. Okay, so you come among you, sweetheart, I just want to say, look, listen, you see, every time I just look at you, you're just simply amazing, your face, your whatever. So once you do that, then next thing is, there's something never use the word but when you want to introduce observation. Commendation, and then when you want to move into observation, you don't say, but there's something I want to tell you. What that has done, it has introduced a negative, and it has cancelled what you have said before. And the minds of people stay more on the negative than on the positives. So what you want to say is that there's some sweetheart, there's something I actually wanted to mention to you. It's just something very small. And I know something, it's not something you do all the time, but it's just that maybe if you're not giving attention to it, it's this nagging something. Sweetheart, you dey nag, babe. You dey really nag. It's not just do me like this. Sometimes it doesn't make person feel like, say, so hey, write this down. Talk about a serious thing in an unserious way. You are a serious person, you have a serious look, and then when you talk in a serious way. You kill the life in your relationship. So that babe, this nagging, you see, yesterday, you remember what you did yesterday? Look, sweetheart, that thing almost drove me crazy. But now listen, this is where, can you see what I did? I introduced but when I talk about negative. I just said, look, you nag, I've observed and babe, but when I talk about positives, I didn't use the word but to introduce negative. But when I talk about negative, I have to use but, meaning that thing doesn't really matter. I'm only just pointing it to you. End up again appreciating, but I'm always grateful to God for the day I met with you. So it's like a sandwich bread. You have the bread, you have all those nice things in between, you have a bread, you have some nice things in between, you have a bread. Commendation, observation, recommendation, commendation. You have no right to criticize somebody you've not complimented. You don't only show up in my life only when you have something to tell me that I've done negatively, and you've never stood up one day when I'm doing something right. You never tell me I'm doing something right. You're a police. Your job is just looking for my errors. People that you don't compliment before you criticize never take your criticism. Does that make sense? All right. Does that help, sir? So for the red flags, don't forget this. Like I said, once you notice that behavior in the person, your job is only to make the person identify the behavior, agree with the behavior, and then ask the person, is there any way I can be of help to you? Or do you think we can get somebody that can be of help to you? And whenever the person is going for help, what do? You drive the person there and you sit with the person. When they are talking to the person and it's a little bit emotional, you are there to comfort the person. And then when you come out of the place, you now begin to do what again? Commendation, sweetheart. I really commend you. You're such a strong person. Looking at you over there, the way you sat down through that session, you're just simply an amazing person. Look, on the inside of every one of us, there is a need to make us feel important. Is that true? Yes, sir. Okay, so thank you. Is that help? Sir? Okay. No, sorry. Anyone who does not admit that something that the person is doing is hurting you, anyone that does not admit that, the person will never change. And in marriage, it only gets worse. Is that okay? Please never forget this. You are not created to change anybody. A marriage is not an institution used to correct bad behavior. Marriage is where good or bad behavior gets amplified. Whatever you notice before marriage will get amplified in marriage. You're only fooling yourself to think it will change. When people get legalized, when people get officialized as husbands, they throw cautions. Women throw caution away. Anything you did not get the person to adjust before marriage, it will be difficult to adjust after marriage. So if you don't get the person to admit that the person is doing something wrong, you try using other people to get the person to admit, the person does not admit. Without admittance, there won't be repentance. Without admittance, there won't be repentance. So admittance is the foundation for repentance. And once the person says, okay, look, I observed that through people have been telling me and I'm ready to make a change, then you step in and say, how can I be of help? There's somebody I know. There's a book I know. Can we be praying together? Is that okay? So you get involved in the process when somebody goes into admittance. If somebody goes into resistance, that's somebody you want to back away from. Because you are seeing the picture of your future. Yes.
Okay, so, sorry, please, the last question. You mentioned in, I think that was during the Family and Friends Sunday,
yes,
that you should marry someone you need, someone that's going to help you as to where you're going to.
Yes.
And then today you've mentioned the fact that when you, okay, the natural design of a man is to give,
yes,
while the natural design of a woman is to receive and to restrain. Now, let's say you have a couple of, let's just say 2 persons or 3 persons showing you those same signs, showing you those same traits. How do you identify the one that you exactly need?
Thank you so very much. So, for instance, if I have 1, 2, 3, 4 women, and they all demonstrate that feminine quality, right, of receiving and restraining, is that okay? Then I have to step it up now by my purpose. Purpose now becomes the instrument to separate them. What is my assignment? And then I start studying capacity. Who is demonstrating capacity for the future I'm going into? Okay, for instance, I'm going to be a public person, right? You're going to be, what are you into? A lawyer? So, you're going to be dealing with a lot of female lawyers. Some of them are going to be working for you. And then you are in relationship with a lady who, anytime other ladies in church greet you, or you snap picture with ladies in your department, you say, hey, why is that girl leaning on you like this? Hello, sir. You already seen a picture of your future. Everything will be a suspect. Now, it's not your problem. She's an insecure person. She's been damaged in the past. Somebody must have hurt her. Somebody must have dealt badly with her. And you are going to be the big victim of her unresolved emotions. So you either deal with it, if you so love her, so that she can be the kind of person that will fit into where you're going to. Otherwise, if you marry her for where you are, you will suffer when you get to where you're going to. All right, so marry, that's why Solomon said something. He said, all women are beautiful. He said, but you excel among all of them. Meaning there's a woman that stands out. And it doesn't mean the other women are bad. It just simply means that they are not for your assignment. So that's why I said, I will make for him a help suitable. So the woman is suitable for a man, not for every man. That's why let every woman submit, not to all men, but to her own husband. Come under the mission of her husband, not every man. So a woman is not supposed to be under every man's mission. All right. Let Ikomobong before so that she doesn't get angry and fight me.
All right, Pastor.
Yes.
How do you deal with a long-distance relationship? We talked about ungodly stuff, not sending the blah, 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 blah. So,
you call it what?
Da, 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 da.
I will learn a lot of things from you guys. Okay.
And we know very well that long-distance relationship basically is about communication.
Yes.
So is it just communication? Every day in the morning, you wake up, good morning, how are you, that's it. How about how to spice it up, you know?
So what do you mean? Give me a practical. Thank you. Now, I appreciate our sincerity, because I love the fact that we're going to be very raw here. Is that okay? Because the reality is that many of us are very good at pretending. Is she asking a practical question? And all she's just simply saying is that, look, is it okay if the guy is outside so that the guy doesn't start looking at other girls? Is it okay if I send him nudes? Is it okay? Question, is it okay? Huh? Okay, now listen to me. Whatever you begin a relationship with a man with is what that man eventually will become damaged by, if it's negative. For instance, if you give a man sex before marriage, under whatever guise, first in the mind of the man, you have registered that it is an okay thing to have sex outside of marriage. So under the same circumstance, if the man is not at home and there's a need for sexual intercourse, because he didn't wait, you did not restrain him, all right? You allowed him. What is going to happen is that when he sees another lady who will allow him, he will do the same. It is very dangerous for you to be in a relationship with a guy and you are not married and you start sending nudes, because nude is not what will keep him. What keeps a man is character. Any man that begins to ask you for nude, something is actually wrong with the man. That's how to know that something is wrong with the man. So asking for your nude is very dangerous. Don't forget that there is no guarantee that you will not break up. Until you are married, not even the day of your marriage, until you are married, there's no guarantee that you will not break up. What do you do when a man breaks up with you and he already has all your nudes? So girls, think about the future when you are doing something today. And then the man, when he gets to know that you are getting married to a responsible person better than him, God showed you mercy. That's when you hear that, I didn't know how my phone leaked. Is that not what leads to most of the leaks we see? Then the video, and most of these guys, have you noticed that when these guys are doing video recording of you having sexual intercourse with them, most of them are always recording with the future in mind. So they put the camera in a position whereby to conceal their own identity, but your own face will be revealed. So it's important for you to know that all these things you are doing have future implication in a digital age. Some of you have not woken up to the reality that you are in a digital era. You are still dating as if you are in the analog era. So sending nudes, my sister, no. Tell those your friends that told you to ask me the question. Tell them that no, it's not ideal. Because I know you are a fantastic lady. I know your integrity. So,
sorry, please, I have one more question.
Yes.
Same distance relationship.
Yes.
You don't want to cheat on your partner.
Right.
Especially for the ladies.
Yes.
Are you permitted to use sex toys?
Okay, fantastic. Well, what is that? Let's go home. Oh yeah, carry your bag. Let's go home. I want to call 3 girls that we should go to their house together. See people bending their heads now. We live in the days of vibrators. We live in the days of all manner of sex toys. And there's never been a time when the sex toy industry is booming like now. And the people using them the most, church women. Can I shock you the most? Pastors' wives. Yes. So here's the game, ma'am. The moment you start anything that has to do with artificial stimulation, you have altered your sense of your state of consciousness. Don't forget that a vibrator is a vibrator. It is being assisted to do anything that you want it to do. Either it has a battery connected to electric, or it is naturally positioned to function in a vibrating mode, anything, but it is artificially empowered, right? You see this man here. You see these brothers here. Once it's sexual intercourse, that's why you notice if men want to have intercourse for a little bit of an elongated time than the natural, you see things like Viagra's and all the stuff. Even that is damaging to the man. So the man naturally is not designed to go into a woman for a longer time. Okay? You may be fooled by the movies you watch, the porn movies. Now, part of our studies when it comes to porn is that most retired porn addicts, those who are porn stars, have come out to reveal what the porn industry is all about. So the movie you watch where you see a guy trusting through a woman, having all kinds of sexual intercourse with a woman, and it goes on for about an hour. It will amaze you to know that they do that movie in a week. And in a week, the guy is under the influence of drugs. So he does a morning session, he does an afternoon session, he does an evening session. It does the next day like that. It does no session. In the end of the day, they fuse everything together. So a guy who only lasted 2 minutes or 3 minutes, because of multiple scenes, the guy is made to look like he lasts 1 hour. So you watch that, and then you carry a normal man who only has Jesus. So we have a guy who only has Jesus inside him. And because you have already watched this scene, where these guys are just trusting through, then the next thing you are doing is say, do it harder, come in harder. And the guy's like, sorry woman, what do I have to give you? Such as I have. Now here's where the trouble lies. Because of all these things you have watched and you are expecting him to do, because he couldn't perform, you will start looking out and say, there must be a guy who can do it that way. Do you understand? Now the same thing with vibrators. When you start using these vibrators, they start giving you certain level of stimulation. And don't forget that when a woman is stimulating herself, whether you are touching your clitoris, you are touching your G-spot, whatever it is you are doing, as a woman, you know better than a man your most sensitive spots. This guy is a Jew guy. If you don't lead him, the Bible says that another shall guide you. Is that okay? If you don't guide him and say, bros, put your finger here, put it there, move it there. This, we don't have, all. That's not our ministry. Do you understand? So for a guy, he has to be taught that this is where you can touch me. This is where you can do. I didn't know in certain spots in women. I saw woman is woman. So until my wife said, come, calm down. You know. So he didn't see all that in the Bible. I said, I don't know where they don't show me first the Bible. So, so my wife had to guide me. He shall be led in a way he knows not. Like a blind led to the shearer, a lamb led to. So I was led. Is that okay? So the point I'm making is, when you use a vibrator, you likely will use a vibrator to achieve certain levels of sexual excitement that a natural man may not be able to help you to achieve. So you've gotten used to that before you get married. Trust me, most women are saying it now, that they no longer need their men. Because after their men have had sexual intercourse with them, they said that does not get them to the highs. It's like drugs. Once you start taking cocaine, you start taking heroin, it takes you to a high that you can never take yourself to by nature. So it's very damaging to the psyche. It leads to what we call altered state of consciousness. Your consciousness is altered. Your desired level is altered to a level that is not normal, because you are using things that are not artificial. Now you're going to get a guy. You want him, when you now get married, you want him to do all those stuff. Unfortunately, he's not wired to do that. Then you're going to run into problem. Like a woman said to me, she said, Pastor Sam, my husband does not know. She married as a virgin, but she got introduced to this thing. As at the time when she came to speak to me, I went to preach in their church, a popular church here, and I preached on infidelity. She said, Pastor Sam, when people came out that day, their pastor was crying. She said, Pastor Sam, if I had come out that day, the church would scatter. Why? Everybody respects her, including her pastor. She's a manager of a big bank. But when she came to me, she said, Pastor Sam, as I'm talking to you now, my mother will be ashamed of the girl she raised and sent into marriage as a virgin. I said, why, ma? She says, I'm talking to you now, there are 4 men I'm sleeping with. 4. And she said, Pastor Sam, she said, I don't know how the wild nature in me got activated. She said, I just can't find satisfaction in one. So she said, there's a man she sleeps with, that one is just for business. There's another guy she sleeps with. She said that one is a younger guy. And he said that's the guy that brings out all the wild nature. He ties her, BDSM, spank, and they do all kinds of... Where did she see spanking from? She watched it somewhere. So vibrators, trust me, if you are into the vibrator business, I'm not telling you to not bring you pleasure, but it will bring you so much pain in the future. Because you are going to now start looking for what you can't find in a man. And if you can't find it in your man, you will keep looking for deeper vibrators, bigger vibrators. You're going to be looking for men who can function like vibrators, and certainly you'll not find that within the confines of marriage. Is that okay? All right. Thank you. I think I'll just take, how many minutes more do I have? Whoops. Okay, so quick, ma'am.
So I have two questions. First, your generation and our generation are not the same.
Yes.
And the men we have today talk about sexual compatibility.
Yes.
Which a lot of time is very important. And you said, okay, the Bible said sex is a sin. So how do we go about that? Outside marriage.
Sorry, ma'am.
That is not a legalized sex. So.
Sorry, ma'am. It doesn't matter what generation you belong to. The Bible is for all generations. Sweetheart, whether it is robot generation, computer generation, any man you give sex before marriage, you will live to regret it. Period.
Okay, my second question is, we talk about women. We all humans are not perfect. We're working towards perfection.
Absolutely.
In a relationship, our older ones will always tell us that when someone is wrong and he has come back to say, I am sorry,
absolutely,
you forgive the person and take the person back.
Right.
In terms of men,
yes.
Sorry to say, in terms of men, when you forgive them, they can cry a river, and when you forgive them, they come back to do the same thing over and over again, and you keep forgiving. So in this situation, how do you handle that? Because a lot of time when we walk, like when you leave them behind, there's always an older person to tell you, please forgive the person is not perfect. You will not find a perfect person out there.
Absolutely. Okay, so you're done? Okay, so your major concern is, what do you do with people that keep repeating the same thing?
Repeating the same thing.
Repetition is indicative that the person has not yet come to a state of admittance that what the person is doing is wrong. So, sweetheart, look out for that when you are courting, when you are dating the guy.
Okay, but why do men ask for second chance and they keep repeating the same thing? Like, no, I'm paying because...
Why do men ask for second chance? Because we are men and we don't get it. So your assignment when you are dating a guy is to first of all make sure that as you're talking with the guy, you notice he's done this stuff. Don't forget what I told you: commendation, observation, recommendation, right? Commendation. So you let him see, guy, listen, look at what you did to me yesterday. You slapped me. You did this and stuff like that. Okay? And you want to promise me that's not going to happen again? And he said, yes. And tomorrow he does it again and you're still dating. And you talk to him and say, why would you do that again to me? He does it the second time. Trust me, it's no longer a mistake. Is that okay? Once you get to the third time, if for any reason why you love him, then you can say because of that you want to call somebody else who is like a senior person, because such a matter will not be kept in secret anymore. Call somebody who is senior to intervene. After that, if he's unwilling to change, please, ma, you've already gotten a reason why you should not marry him, because what you are seeing repeating itself before marriage is what you're going to have happening during marriage.
Okay, sir, you talk about giving. Last question, sorry. You talked about men giving as part of being a man.
Yes.
We have different kind of men. There are men that don't know how to give until you ask.
Yes.
Are they not good men as well?
They are good men.
Okay.
The most important thing is that they should end up giving. Yes, no, the Bible also says ask and keep asking. Is that okay? So here's the game. Just be aware that if the man you are dealing with is a man that you must keep asking before he gives, know that that's what will happen in marriage. So don't get into marriage and expect him to change. Just know that what you see is what you're going to get. That if I'm going to get anything from this guy, I must keep what? But if once you ask, he doesn't give. You ask, he doesn't give. Just know that exactly that's what you're going to have in marriage also. He's not going to be a giver. And my counsel to you is, if you ask a guy the first time, you ask the guy again, and say, sorry, sweetie, please, would you begin to think about just being generous on your own? You understand that? Start, he what? That's it. You said he would get mad because of how you talk to him, not what you say to him. It's how we talk that creates problem, not what we say. Commendation. So, sweetie, don't give that guy sex. So. Don't give anybody sex. You understand me? If he tells you he's a digital guy, tell him to go and sleep with machine. You said? If you have already done that, I appreciate that question. Is that okay? I had the same conversation with my son, and we're talking about certain things, and he said, Daddy, what if somebody has made that mistake already? You've come to a place where you've learned now. And all of us have made mistakes before. Just for you to be aware you are not alone. If you've ever made mistake here, raise your hand. Wave it. Wave it at her. You got it now? You get it? All right. So we all make the mistakes. I mean, we've all fooled around before and all of that. So those mistakes. Yeah. Okay. Are we coming this way? Okay. Go ahead, ma'am. Straight to the question.
Okay, Papa. So, based on your discussion, the ladies are designed to be receivers, while the men are givers. Now, my question comes in two phases. What if the person, you know that, okay, this person is actually a giver, but maybe due to situations around, he is incapacitated to help at the point. And then probably you are more, you have more hands. Is it wrong you render a helping hand? Because like some programs you attend, you hear like, lady, you are a helpmate, so don't always wait for the guy to give you. You also should give to the guy.
Yes.
So in that way, what's your own view to that?
Okay.
And
second question.
Also, we're talking about being angry and other things. Okay, there are some people that actually you talk to them, they actually know that, okay, yes, I have this as a weakness. And then probably when you're trying to like talk to the person to see how you can help the person to work on that, the person will be like, yes, I know that I have this weakness, but I need you to give me time.
Yes.
It will take time before I work on it. So what do you do?
No, time does not make a fool.
Because that kind of thing sometimes frustrates a person.
No, time does not make a foolish man a wise man. It's what he does with the time. So leaving a fool to have time, by the end of next year, a fool will still be a fool if he doesn't read between the year. If a fool doesn't go, so it's not about I'm giving you time. What will you be doing? That's all. So you need to make sure you know what are you going to be doing? How can I be of help? Who do you need to help us? How do you deal with the in-betweens? Because if you park a car inside the garage, it's not going to come out as a human being. If you move a monkey inside the garage and lock it up there for the next 2 years, it's not going to come out as a Lamborghini. If your car is damaged, you move it into the garage, you don't fix it. In 2 years' time, you come back, you meet a more damaged car. So time doesn't fix men. Time doesn't fix anybody. Is that okay? A fool will be a fool by next year, a compound fool, in fact. All right? So what actually changes men is the impartation of wisdom, access to information, and the rest of that. Is that okay? All right. So don't allow anybody to tell you, give me time. Time is not a strategy. Then the other thing I want to quickly mention is, you mentioned the first one has to do with giving. So you said if the guy is not in position, right? So hey, calm down first. If you're about to marry a guy and the guy doesn't have a job, marriage is not a cure for joblessness. So you wait for him to have a job. I mean, how do you use marriage to reward joblessness? That when we marry, then he will now get a job. It's not a, wait for him, let him get a job. Is that okay? Because you don't even know who a guy is when he's broke. So wait for him to get a job, all right? Let him get a job, just over broke. He doesn't have to be too rich. Let him have predictable means of income, all right? Then if you want to give him money to assist him, please don't give him money to be feeding him. What do you want to be doing that will begin to bring income? Like doing keke na pep, all right? Like, does he want to be producing something? So you can give him money and say, sorry, this is my little contribution to what you want to do, just like you would give to a friend. You give it to him so that he can start doing something, but not that you are feeding him. You are not meant to carry a man. You are meant to help a man. Is that okay? All right. Thank you very much. I think I will have to close. Whoosh. Okay, who is asking this question? Okay, 1 minute, one question each.
So you spoke about relationship and marriage not being the cure for loneliness.
Yes.
Please, could you kindly recommend the cure for loneliness? Thank you.
No, the cure for loneliness is getting down into the cause of your loneliness. If, for instance, rejection is the reason for loneliness, you understand? Because I've been too rejected, I've suffered rejection, as a result of which I'm beginning to feel lonely and withdrawn and all of that. I have to deal with the causative reason for my loneliness, which is rejection. And somebody else in my life is not going to be what will fix that. I have to deal with that. Your presence can numb me to the pain, to the pain of rejection, but your presence will not cure that. When eventually we get married, your presence that numbs me to that pain, when you go to sleep at midnight, I can't sleep because now my rejection comes back. It's like when you go, somebody cuts you and put anesthesia. When the anesthesia wears away, the pain comes back. It's like saying I use drugs to wear away pain. The moment the drugs go off, I come back to my pain. So rejection, identify the cause of loneliness and deal with it. Sometimes you may have to sit down with a therapist. Sometimes the root cause may be emotional wounds, abandonment. Yes, abandonment makes a lot of people who are in adulthood to be lonely. For instance, my own precious wife, her mother walked out of her life when she was 5 years old. That never left my wife the same. So we have to deal with that. Yes. We have to deal with that. Thank God that I'm a little bit knowledgeable about some of these matters. It will have destroyed my marriage. Do you understand that? And then I had my own issues too. Thank God for knowledge again. That would have also destroyed my wife. So we're saying, why go into marriage all this complicated baggage when you can actually unbag them? All right? Thank you very much. Yes, sir. Fine man.
Celebrate you, sir.
I honor you, sir.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yes.
This is my question here. I'm this person. I love church. I love anything else to do with God. So when I meet this girl, maybe let me not say this girl. It's just one person. It's been let me say a red flag for me.
Take the microphone up a bit.
Okay, it's been a red flag for me when I get to show you that I love anything else to do with God. I love church. Because then I used to go to club. Whenever it's Friday, we say, thank God it's Friday.
Yes.
Then, now it's Sunday. I love Sunday though so much. Aside my work, I have time to fellowship with God, praise, and get educated, even in my spirit. So when I get to tell her, do you go to church or are you going to church? And I get to understand that they are not so straight about it. And I wouldn't want to get married to a girl that I have to start fighting. Are we going to church or not? Because I see young couple going to church. I love it. I love the fact that you dress, look all good, going to church, praising God and all that. So when I get to ask you, are you going to church? And you start, it's a turn off for me, like a big red flag. I don't know.
Okay, so, hello. 1 minute, everybody. So basically, if a lady doesn't like going to church, right? It's a red flag for you.
Because I think if I get to get married you,
it will be a problem trying to pull out to church.
Yes, because I knew what it took for God to do that for me.
So that is a simple cure to it now.
Yes, sir.
Just imagine today's meeting.
Yes, sir.
Today's meeting. So what I understand now is that you are not engaged, but you have money. I get that. Okay, so look around. Just look around. Okay, so here's what I want to tell you. Can you see some of these sisters here? These ladies have been here since 10 o'clock. Sir, 9 o'clock. Are you hearing that? Sir, you have a problem. If you look outside these ones who on their own came 9:30. They love this place. See them. They are free to go home, but they are still sitting down. What is making them sit down when they should have gone home? They value the same thing you value, knowledge. They value the God you value. It will be covetousness for you to be looking for all those funny girls. You go and see those ones with funny something inside the club. You now bring a club girl, girl who like to go to club. You want her to come to church. You will drag her. You will be a Lamborghini dragging trailer into your future. So when you are moving like this, Lamborghini, 240 kilometers you can go per hour, but you are connected to a trailer, 56 kilometers per hour. Slow down. So your destiny, people just notice you where you need to move. You can't move anymore because you go marry, waiting, no, they move to the direction you they go. So today, before you leave here, look around. Do you come to worship here? Where are you now? So you are now finalizing there. Fantastic. We love the fact that you are here. If you are in church here, I can point so many of them. There are even people volunteering themselves. See, I have daughters here who resume church here. What time do our girls resume? 7:30. What time do they close with me? 6, 7 o'clock on Sunday. There are daughters and they are smiling at 7 after being in church for 12 hours. You're not going to carry all those funny something that jump around church. Now be dragging, follow me to church, follow me to church. Have you noticed water flows maximally where there is yield? You want to see things flowing in your life? Marry somebody bent in the same direction with you. All right, sir.
Good day, sir.
Thank you, sir.
My name is Brother Emmanuel Su.
Yes, sir. One question.
My question is that what I always come across for this 5 generation, for this 5G world, digital babies, that they are not rejecting you, they will accept you. So, but due to the time goes on, if you cannot meet up with the demand, you cannot go with them. So I'm confused.
Why are you confused?
They cannot reject. They can say yes. So,
but when you start moving,
yes,
then I start placing demand.
Yes,
and you can't supply.
Yes, and you are a businessman. Either you are trying to raise.
Yes. So basically, what you are, hello, sir. So what you are saying is that you meet this lady, she will say yes in the beginning, but then when you start the relationship, she now start making demand, and you are unable to meet up with the demand. Then she will now leave, Abi. And so whenever she leaves like that, you come to church. Even if it's not Thanksgiving service, come to the altar by yourself and do what? Thanksgiving. Don't forget what I told you. Anytime you have a lady like that, she says, okay, buy me a house. You say, sorry, my sister, the little money I have is for my business. I will not be able to, but listen, if you have house rent issue, I can support your house rent. But build the house now. Now my business that they push money into. And then she said, okay, tomorrow buy me diamond ring. He said, sorry, now even copper now me they use. He said, okay. So once you notice that a lady is placing that kind of demand on you, don't forget what we taught you today is that a lady who is truly your wife, when she comes into your life and see you building a business, she is not going to plunder your business. She will add value to your business. The moment Rebecca saw the servants of Abraham, she gave them water. She invested into them also. Are you get what I'm saying, sir? So look for that lady who will say, I see what you are doing. I'm even going to come to the shop. I will even help you do selling. Hello, everybody, come and buy. Because this is supposed to be what will be our future family business. So watch out for the lady that is not ashamed to identify with your business when it is small. And no, the one question is, because I want to move quickly. So the one that goes, when she goes like that, then you come to church. Sir?
So I decide, because I do this research in the church too.
Yes.
The church babes, they cannot say no. But time goes, they cannot meet up. So I want a lady, it has become in my mind, in my life, that I will wait till a lady will walk towards me to approach me.
Oh my God. All right. So what I just want to tell you, what I just want to tell you, sir. Calm down. Hello, sir. When you are ready for you worship here, Nabi. Meet Pastor Sunday. Pastor Sunday is going to prepare you for marriage. Is that okay? So there's nothing wrong for a lady to come. But sometimes if you are waiting like that, you may wake up at 60, nobody has come. But at the same time, God can make it happen like that. And if it's going to happen, trust me, even though they are church sisters, a sister must see God at work. God. She must see God in your life and then God at work in your life. For her to come and say, bros, I have seen that God is in your life and God is also at work. It's not enough that God is in your life. He must also be at work in your life. So your dream will come to pass somehow. Pastor Sunday, you help me to. Pastor Sunday has a grace to attend to this kind of matters. Yes. Stay close to him. My sister, you are the last.
Praise the Lord. Thank you, Papa. God bless you, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, my question is kind of like a line of what he said. My question is, as a woman, society has taught us, our mothers has taught us, people have taught us that as a woman, you do not go and tell a man how you feel.
Yes.
Even if you've been friends for 20 years. But when you were preaching and you said there was a woman who was above 50 and there was this man who did not even go and he never even saw anything and he was afraid or shy, he didn't know how to approach her, and eventually, so my question is, and that's why when that guy said what he said, I laughed. My question is it okay for a church sister, a woman and a church sister, to see a church brother and like, wow, I think that the way we are going is in the same direction, and she's been waiting for God to just say something to this brother and he's not just saying, is it okay for her to just say something to him?
If you have any brother like that in our church, let me know, because I will not let any of such brother be making my daughters to be restless. So here's the game. There is nothing wrong for a lady to propose to a man. First, calm down, everybody, follow me carefully. The first biblical marriage, the first that ever happened, the man was sleeping, the woman was brought to him. So the woman was the first to appear before him, presenting herself to him. He made the final choice, but she came to his space. Ruth, she came to the space of Boaz enough to cross his path and say, redeem me. If she never did that, he would never have married her. Rebecca came to the well where she connected with the servant of Abraham. Rachel came to the well where she met with Jacob. Sisters, if God begins to push it in your heart that is the person, not because he has money, you can just sense destiny connection. I'm not going to advise you immediately to go to him. Don't. Because Ruth had, what's her name? Naomi, to guide her. Walk up to your pastor. Sorry, sir, this is how I've been feeling about Brasson. So no pastor will, nobody's going to push you down. I've had cases, I've worked with some people like that in this house. Yes. I've had a case where the lady knew in this church, and she's one of our leaders. She got to know before the guy got to know. The guy was zuzu in a different direction. But they're happily married today and they have children. You understand? So there's nothing wrong if you know. Don't feel guilty. You are not responsible. You are not to be blamed for how you feel. You're only to be blamed for what you do with your feeling. If I feel towards a guy, why should I feel bad about it? I'm not a sinner because I feel towards him. So walk up to your pastor, man of God, I don't know, I've been feeling towards Pastor Samuel. Is he married at all? The pastor say, sorry, you're feeling, and your pastor will not condemn you. Say, sorry, my sister, the feeling is okay. It's just that I think it's being directed in a different way. Maybe God is trying to tell you about another Sam. This one is already married, he has 2 children. Yeah. So guidance. There's nothing wrong if you're feeling that way. And please, if you sense it that way, some of these brothers, they are not spiritual as you think. If Ruth had waited for Boaz to know that she was his wife, Boaz would have married somebody else. And there are many sisters who should have taken that move, but they kept on waiting for the brother to come, and they watched and saw him call somebody else to become his wife. So many have missed that moment. But please, I'm not saying throw yourself there. I'm saying there's a way to go about it. Find a good leadership that will guide you, prepare you for that kind of an assignment. Does that make sense? Thank you, everybody. Well, I have so many questions here, but I'm not going to be able to answer all of them. I want to thank you for I hope we've spent a good time with you today. Have you been blessed so far?